Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Peer Driven podcast. My name is Steve Rockwood. I'm the marketing manager here at Peer Driven, and it is Factoid Week, day number 4 today.
Yes.
Got one more day to go, and I'm joined by Jordan Seidel again. How we doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you, Steve?
I'm good. I heard you broke a driver yesterday on the golf course.
I did. It wasn't ideal, but it happened.
It happens. As long as we can fix it.
Yep, we can fix it.
Nice. So today we have 5 more factoids for you, and we're just going to start here with digital marketing factoid number 355. Content with relevant images gets 94% more views. What do we got there?
So when I was picking this factoid, it really related well to me because I write blogs for the Peer Driven website, and when I write the blog, I have to go and find a stock photo. And you'd think that'd be easy, but some of the times it's very tough to find the right image, because you can't post some random image. It has to flow with the blog, and it just proves that if you have a relevant image, you'll get more views.
It's true. And the worst, though, is when you find the perfect image, but then you click it, and then that person has like 80 variations of that image, and then you have to decide which one is the most perfect.
It's a nightmare.
Do not give people too many choices. It hurts.
Yes, it does.
This number is almost the same, actually. Digital marketing factoid number 350. We're dropping down 1% here. 93% of online experiences begin with a search engine. So I guess that would mean that most people pop into Google or something similar and start searching away.
They're not going to a specific website. They're more searching for just general information rather than going to a specific location that they know beforehand.
That makes sense. And you can actually test this one for yourself. If you go into your Google Analytics on your website, you can actually see how much traffic is coming from different sources. And usually your direct traffic will be very minimal, which is people directly typing in your URL. And on top of that, most of that direct traffic is actually robots for the most part, who are either crawling your website for search engines or just those lovely spam robots that you get comments every once in a while from, trying to sell us some SEO services or something of that nature with some broken code in their comment. Always entertaining. Love hitting the block button on those. Digital marketing factoid number 338. Link building is the most difficult SEO tactic to perform, according to 65% of marketers. Alright, so link building is definitely quite difficult because that's really the backbone of your SEO, but you need to get quality links. So you actually have to find links that have quality scores on them, and then on top of that, you actually have to go and get those links backlinked into your website somehow. So it's like a puzzle, and it's not always going to be accepted. So even if you find the right link that makes perfect sense for you, it's not necessarily going to work for you because there's so many different variables that go into it. So that sounds confusing, and it is. It is confusing. That's why it is worth hiring an SEO expert. Even I here at Peer Driven, I have someone else run through our website every once in a while on the SEO. Jordan and I installed some plugins and messed with the SEO on the website, but we definitely have a SEO person who just specializes in SEO go through stuff because there's so many different things that go into it and it's always changing. You need to have someone with their hand on the pulse at all times to figure out how it's going.
Agreed.
Digital marketing factoid number 341. According to Recode, 44% of teenagers asked to choose one social network if trapped on a desert island chose Snapchat, ahead of Instagram and Facebook. So they chose Snapchat. Instagram had 24% of people saying they would choose, and Facebook had 14% of people saying they would choose that. So if they're on a deserted island by themselves, that's what they would do. They'd be sitting there on Snapchat, which I feel, in my mind, is counterintuitive because everything fades away on Snapchat.
That's true. You got nothing that stays.
So if you're trying to get help, all your SOS messages fade away.
They fade away. They're gone away after 10 seconds.
I mean, I guess unless you want to be on the deserted island, in which case Snapchat's perfect because you fade away. If you want to pretend to not exist for a week, you can. But that's interesting. That is interesting.
Which one would you choose, Steve?
I would probably go with Facebook.
I would choose Facebook too.
And it's mostly because it's easy to scroll through and see a bunch of cool stuff,
Yep.
and I get ads, so I'd know what I want to order from Amazon
Exactly.
or something while I'm on the desert island.
Get it shipped to you, and then you're able to leave with the boat or plane.
I'm assuming Amazon delivers to islands at this point.
They have to.
Yep, and if I get sick of being on the island, I can just jump in the box and ship myself back as a return. Perfect. Just make sure I get something big enough, like a fridge, and just trade myself in for it. But that's interesting. I do know Snapchat is very popular. I run the Snapchat product here at Peer Driven, and it is definitely a very popular platform. If you want to know how popular it is in your area, you can actually go into the Snapchat Ad Manager, and you can go create an audience. And you can put whatever you want. You can put your area, you can put your address of your store location and put a radius around it, and it will actually tell you how many people in that area it will reach, and it will tell you the demographics. So it will tell you the age of the people, and it will tell you male or female and what percent. So you can actually really see who your market is if you do that. So fun little extra factoid on top of that. What about you, Jordan? What one are you gonna go with? Facebook?
I would choose Facebook. Yeah. I feel like it's just better option than Snapchat or Instagram. Maybe Twitter would be the second choice.
Yep.
I do think Snapchat is definitely on the rise with younger people. What I see a lot of is the kids these days, they don't really call, they don't really text. They use Snapchat for all that because you can call, text, snap on Snapchat, of course. But it's just, I think it's becoming one of the leaders in communication, on phones.
Yep, definitely. And message to my mother, she will send me messages on Messenger and text message. And then if there's anything to do with a date or a time, for some reason she sends it to me on Snapchat or an address, and then it goes away.
What?
And it's like it's like ingrained in her, and it happens every time, and it drives me nuts.
I feel like that's the most important information, and it just
away.
goes away.
It goes away. Like she'll send me an address to a wedding that we're supposed to go to this weekend, and then she'll send it to me on Snapchat. So when it's time to go to the wedding, I no longer have the address. So I have to make sure I screenshot it.
Yeah.
Also, one more thing about my mother, she's an avid screenshotter. You send her anything on Snapchat, she'll screenshot it because she has to have time to get her reading glasses to see it correctly. So she opens it before she gets the glasses, screenshots it, and then looks at it later.
Oh, gosh.
Yep. So, beware. Beware of adding my mother on Snapchat.
Yeah.
Get some terrible misinformation and everything will be saved forever. Digital marketing factoid number 260, our final one of the day. 8 in 10 marketers worldwide use location targeting for mobile advertising. This is from eMarketer 2015. By this point, it's probably even 9 in 10 marketers use that. So what does that mean, Jordan?
So location targeting is very important. We talked about geofencing before. For marketers, it's important to just get down to specific locations, and you can reach just specific demographics because of that. If you're in the car dealership realm, you can put a geofence around another car dealership and blast the people that are there with advertisements for your dealership or any kind of business. So you can choose specific places to target, and it's very beneficial. Definitely.
And I actually had a meeting with some people that make some beacon technology the other day, and they were telling me that the new iPhones are going to have location targeting on by default. All Androids do currently past like S4, but Apple iPhones don't. So the only ones that will get those ads in the nearby area are if they have the app called Nearby. I believe it's called Nearby, and it basically will turn their location on. So if you have an iPhone and you've never seen these ads when you're in a certain area, maybe go download that app and you can kind of experience that.
Yeah.
And if you get a new iPhone for next generation, it should have that automatically installed. But I learned that the other day, so it's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Well, that is what we have for you today on this beautiful Thursday, day 4 of Factoid Week. We got one more episode for you tomorrow. We already have the sheet printed out, so we're ready to go. Ready to talk about it. But you got to wait till tomorrow to listen. So, thank you for joining us, and we will see you tomorrow.
Thank you. Bye.
Have a good one.